What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Back by completely popular demand. It's Beer Nights. I'm Chris, if you didn't already know. That guy is Steve, and we have our second special guest. Two episodes in a row now.
2 episodes in a row. Oh my god.
Can you believe? I mean, who the fuck wants to be on this show?
I don't know, this guy does.
He's here.
Heck yeah.
He's here, and he brought beer.
I brought lots of beer.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
And you know what episode we're on, right? We're episode 4. Number 4. That's the 4 horsemen right there, baby. And NWO for life. That's what we're going with.
Anyway, what's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan. Nice to meet you.
A.K.A. Hess.
That's an old high school nickname.
Old high school name. We were high school buddies. I might call him Hess every now and then if throughout our entire episode for life. But we'll see how it goes. But yes, he has brought the beer and
beer of the month.
I don't know what we. Well,
we're really excited to have him here because you know he's got some new things for us to talk about and to try. So the first thing we're going to do is launch right into the beer of the month.
Yes.
So that way we can stop Steve talking about wrestling. What do you got for us?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have something very different that's not been on the show before. I'm not sure if anybody's going to have this before, but this is the Duchesse De Bourgogne. This is a Finnish beer.
We haven't even seen this yet, so I want to
go ahead, take a look at it.
Finnish
beer. I'll give you guys the lowdown on it.
Yes, give us the lowdown here.
After a primary and secondary fermentation, this ale is matured in oak barrels for 18 months. The final product is a blend of a younger 8-month-old beer with an 18-month-old beer, so it's a mix of the two. The name of the beer is meant to honor Duchess Mary of Burgundy, the only daughter of Charles the Bold. She was born in Brussels in 1457 and died in a horse racing accident. Like all Flemish red ales, Duchesse de Bourgogne has a characteristic sour, fruity flavor similar to a alembic of beers.
That is far more information than we've given on any other beer. We need to have you on the show more often.
Yeah.
So it's a red ale. I see that. That's exciting.
It's red ale.
And Finnish, I'm intrigued because I love me some Belgian beers, as we've talked about before.
Yes,
German beers as well. So I'm intrigued by the Finnish aspect to see what they have to add to the European market.
I love the just a quick thing. I love the artwork on there. That's pretty badass. I don't know who did that. It's pretty definitely.
It almost looks like a wine bottle.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah, it does. What's the percentage?
This is a 6% alcohol of volume.
All right.
It's not too strong, but I'm very excited to see how you guys are feeling on this one, because this is a different kind of beer.
Open her up. Let's pour this.
Open her up here. Use our fancy lighter to open up this beer here.
This is a different kind of beer.
Hey, Steve, don't hurt yourself.
I'm okay. Whoa, Johnny.
This will be very distinct on the palate.
Got our pink Floyd cups here for this special occasion here. I'm going to pour this lovely beer in here. Look at that pop.
Hey, put that anywhere, huh?
That's alright. Oh my goodness.
I know this is exciting. You guys get to actually watch us pour a beer. Riveting television here.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
This must be sweep. Okay.
Everyone put their beers down.
I swear we have never tried this before.
No.
You guys want to put the bottles back in or keep them on the table?
It doesn't matter. Whatever. Put them wherever.
That's alright.
I'll put mine off screen here. Yeah. It's hiding. They can't see it.
That looks pretty good. I can't wait to taste it.
I mean, you know, it looks like a red ale.
Yeah, it does.
But it's very thick.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of red ales are still kind of transparent. You can see through a little bit. This is very thick.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is a blend of 2 different ages of the same alcohol.
It sounds pretty
awesome to me. Have a very good time on sipping this, because this is very different.
Cheers, gentlemen.
All right, cheers.
You are going to be surprised. Oh my goodness.
That is
how good is that, guys?
Fantastic.
Wow.
First thoughts.
Oh my goodness, great!
You know what?
Taste
First,
citrus.
so first thoughts. It has a little bit of champagne flavor.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's a little bit of champagne there,
goodness.
but not cheap champagne.
No,
a very kind of quality, high-end champagne.
Exactly.
Delicious.
So, and I feel like that would turn a lot of beer drinkers off when I say champagne. That's why I wanted to clarify that, because it's not it's not. We're not talking about cooks here or some fucking bullshit. It's actually really, really flavorful.
It's sweet.
Mm-hmm. It's very sweet, yeah.
But it's also
almost like to me it tastes like a citrus.
This is a sour beer.
Yes.
This is fermented with bacteria.
But it's not overly sour.
Not overly.
So
no.
It's just right.
Yes.
Because I've had a lot of sour beers where you get too much sour.
Yes, absolutely.
You get too much bitterness. You get too much of the bacteria flavor, like as a Greek yogurt kind of thing.
Yes.
This is on part where it's just perfect blend.
Yeah, this definitely doesn't have no bitterness.
No bitterness.
No, and you know what?
You
know what's kind of like odd to me is it doesn't. And this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just an observation. It doesn't really taste that much like a red.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Even though it's a red ale, I had certain expectations seeing red ale. You know, you have expectations of what it's going to taste like because they all taste pretty similar. But this is definitely different.
I could definitely taste the champagne kind of aspect.
Very carbonated. They add a lot of CO2 to this, but this is also. A lot of the carbonation gets from the fermentation process. This is fermented for a long time, almost a year and a half for the 18-month, and a half a year plus 2 months for the other half that goes inside of it.
Gotcha.
So you have a lot of processing going on with this beer. That's where you get so much of a mix of notes of sweetness.
You absolutely do, and the sweetness is definitely distinct. So it's not something you're going to drink a ton of.
No. I say like a good 3-pack or like buy a 6-pack, maybe drink 3 with a buddy.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is very good and very flavorful.
It is, definitely.
I like it a lot.
I do too. Oh my goodness, great.
They call this a lambic. I have actually, my first lambic was a Samuel Adams cherry lambic. It came in their winter variety pack.
Yeah.
And it was killer. They replaced it with a chocolate bock, but I wish they never did because this cherry lambic was just so crisp and sour and sweet that it was the reason I bought this variety pack.
I am kind of partial to chocolate.
Yeah, we definitely we've discussed. I think on our first
episode. You know what would be cool then is if they had both.
Yeah,
that and the chocolate box because I do like chocolate.
They put a lot of beers in there, but I don't know why they replaced the cherry lambic. It was one of the good ones. But this is a very distinct sour. This is on my top list of sours.
Yeah.
You know what, too? And I kind of feel it. The more sips you take, the more you get the sour.
Yes.
Yeah. I could tell.
It kind of lingers and it gets you a little bit more the more you have it, but not in a bad way. Because again, I don't like sours. I'm not a sour fan. Even my favorite breweries that I go to, they'll have a sour. Yeah. I pretty much avoid it. So
it takes a lot of specialty. It takes a lot of care. It takes a lot of time, but once someone actually refines the sour, it becomes a gift of its own. Mm-hmm. And this is one of them. This has been around from the 1800s, so they have refined this to the best they can.
Damn, dude.
It's different. It's not different. It's not different. Something you'll find on tap. It's not something you'll find
for sure
at a local pub, brewery. This is something that's
very special. Where would you get this beer? Where would the audience, the 12 people watching this
I believe
show,
Bevmo,
where would they get it?
Bevmo
talk to them and not to your glass.
Bevmo carries this brew. You can also order it online. You can use Tavor.com. They send you a beer crate every month. They have this beer. They have actually tons of more sours. So just go on the internet, and also Bevmo has these. You can get it in a bomber or a 4-pack.
I'm curious too. How many of you out there are big into sours? Because I always wonder this because, like I said, I've just never been a sour guy. But I always see them on menus at places. Mm-hmm. It's not as prominent as a California IPA, of course. Exactly. But you do see it on the menu at places. So I'm just curious out there if you guys want to comment or whatever in the videos of if you guys like sours and what you like about them and what sours are good, because it's something. It's kind of an untapped avenue for me because most of them I've not liked. I'm just being perfectly honest.
They have to be made right.
Right. So this is one that I could drink, that I like, that I enjoy the flavor of. It's not too sour. It's not too tart. It has a good balance of the sweetness and the tartness. And
it still stays on that beer aspect. You can still taste
right.
the
taste
beer
the
of
beer.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. It has, like I mentioned, that a little champagne flavor, which kind of puts it in the barley wine direction.
Yeah.
But barley wine is amazing.
Exactly. So barley wine maintains a little bit of that beer flavor.
One of my favorite barley wine is the Old Guardian from Stone.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, 11.6% most of the years.
If you can find it, because
it's rare.
if it says Stone on it, it's most likely an IPA.
Of course.
But if you find the Old Guardian,
Yes.
Yeah.
buy it. It's a very good barley wine, and it is very strong, but it has very tasteful decadence to it.
Right on, man.
Well, thank you. We appreciate you bringing us this beer because it is good, and we're going to enjoy drinking the rest of it. And there's one left. Maybe I'll fight you over it. I don't know.
Actually, guys, my coworker who introduced me to this beer about 3 years ago, he actually stated that at room temperature, this beer is better.
Interesting.
Room temperature.
So you want to let it sit.
After about after about 2 segments, we will try this beer again at room temperature, which should be about 70 degrees or so.
It's a good idea.
And he says it brings on more notes of the alcohol and the taste, so we'll give it a shot.
Yes, I think that's a great idea because, again, with the barley wine aspect, the change in temperature could add more nuances to the flavor, which I think is interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, we always ask our guests here, our second guest anyway, what is your favorite beer? What's your go-to beer that you would buy?
That matters on the season of the year. In the summer, I love a clear, crisp Pilsner.
Yeah.
I like something I can sip on all day that's like 4 to 5%.
Summer beer.
Summer beer. Pilsner, blonde ale.
Sun beer, I call them.
Exactly. You don't want something where you're hanging by the pool and you're having something that's 8%, 9%, where by the time you have 2 or 3, it's thick on the stomach and you're just full.
Or you don't want to be out in a 95, 100-degree day drinking a stout.
Exactly.
No.
But probably my favorite beers are Pilsners, good lagers.
Any particular one that stands out to you?
No, I'll try them all.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm one of those guys that I have specific beers I like, but when I go to the store, I'm going to buy something different, something new.
All right.
I've had something, or I've had 2 or 3 times, I'm like, I've had enough of that. I'm going to go on to something else.
That's good.
Okay, so then if it's not something specific that's a go-to, what have you had lately that falls into that category that kind of got your attention?
San Luis County, they make a slow brew. It is called it's a blood orange Hefeweizen.
Okay.
It's very good. I don't know what it has to do with Hefeweizens, but they're low on the alcohol percentage, but they're so crisp, easy to drink, and I just enjoyed them so much.
Well, you don't have to convince me. I'm a big Hef guy.
Yeah,
we talked about this before, but something that I've always been turned on to with Hefs is the unfiltered aspect and the amount of flavor that you get with that. Specifically with German Hefs, because there are a lot of American Hefs that are crap. I'm just being real. There's a lot of garbage out there, and it gives Hefs a bad rap, especially in the age of IPA, when everybody loves their bitter ass hops and high alcohol content.
Yeah.
People like to pretend like a Hef is a pussy beer, but realistically, a good done right Hefeweizen blows anything else out of the water to me in a lot of ways. Not that everybody has to agree with that, but I like the German ones a lot. So I'm always intrigued to try a new one. Now, to be fair, I always go out of my way to try a new one whenever I see one, and a lot of times I'm disappointed, and I'll go back to the German ones, right, or to some American ones that I know that I already know are really good. But it's always fun to try a new one, just because I do have a lot of love for that particular brew of beer and the flavor notes that it gives you that are just very unique and you really can't find anywhere else.
You've mentioned that you don't like the fruit notes added into it.
Typically not.
But this Calvi Squeeze from Slow Brewing, the way they do this blood orange, it settles so right with the Hefeweizen that it just blends perfectly into it. You don't get too much citrus, you don't get too much sweetness like you do like a mango IPA or a citrus IPA or anything that uses citra notes. Mm-hmm. The blood orange itself is not too sweet. It's more subtle. It's more thick. And it goes perfectly with a Hefeweizen.
Okay. Yeah. The main issue I typically have with orange in a Hef, right, is I don't like citrus in a Hef because I like the wheat yeast and clove notes in a hef, and also the banana flavor that you get in a good hef. So to me, citrus kind of clashes with that, and so putting an orange in a hef is kind of blasphemy to me usually. But it does not mean that I won't try it and give it an honest opinion.
So we did purchase some blood oranges, so the Cali Squeeze Hefeweizen. So maybe you'll give it a shot.
Try it,
maybe you'll change your mind on it.
We'll see.
We'll get to that soon.
Yeah, kind of. While we're drinking this awesome beer, we're gonna actually ask the question. For bars, not too many people go into bars anymore, but when you do go to a bar, and you gotta have good music in a bar, right?
Ideally,
right?
Ideally. Something that'll get you going.
Ideally.
What is...
That's when I usually monopolize the jukebox in a bar. And just put some extra cash in so that all my songs play first.
Exactly.
And fuck the rest of you. Sorry.
Exactly.
Add the extra $1 just to go on top of someone else's song.
What is your go-to bar song? Like, maybe give me like 3 bar songs that you go to, like, I have to put this in for a bar song. What's your go-to?
You know what? I'm going to require that you go first.
I go
because
first.
I feel like that, you know what, you're going to, we're going to say your songs.
This is also hard because when you're at the bar and you're feeling good, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as it proponents to something you've listened to before.
Yeah.
Something that resonates on something you grew up to, or something that makes you feel good.
There are some things that will resonate more when you're in the bar drinking beer. So
but it matters on the night also.
That's something I will talk about as well. But you first.
Me first. All right, I'm going to go with probably the number 1 song that probably is go-to with me is, you got to go with AC/DC, right?
Yeah.
You gotta go with AC/DC.
Everyone's gonna go on that.
Why did I let you go first?
Obviously.
You fucking asshole.
But it's not the song you think. It's actually, I'm gonna go with AC/DC Shoot to Thrill.
Okay.
I want to hear that song at a bar.
Cheers on that.
I want to hear that song at a bar, baby.
It makes me want to get into a bar fight.
Oh, goodness.
My next song is kind of a little out there. I'm gonna go with Corrosion of Conformity.
That's out there.
Clean My Wounds. That's a little out there, but it's...
Is there one radio hit?
One radio hit. You gotta put that on there, baby. My number 3 song...
How many are you listing here?
I'm just doing 3.
Okay. Just making sure I understand the rules here.
You can't go wrong with Metallica, right?
Nope.
Of course not.
You gotta put either... Enter Sandman.
No, stop
it. Sad But True, right?
Stop it. Sad But True, yes.
Sad But True?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sandman, we've heard that enough.
You've heard that enough.
It's okay.
You've also heard of Sad But True plenty of times as well.
You know what? It's a better song to me.
But I know one guy that would do this. Tom, he would put, and we've dealt with this before, Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin, the live version. The
I am so down with that. I am so down with that. Because I used to encourage him to do that because I'm, and
then the bartender would be like, "No, I'm turning this off after 6 minutes."
Yes, that's right.
That'll happen.
Travesty.
And it has happened.
Travesty.
So, but those are my kind of like top 3. You can plug in other songs here and there, but like those are the ones on the top of my head. So. What do you got over
I
there,
will go next. I will go next.
Chris.
Fuck yourself. So, the reason why I suggested you go first is because I thought you were going to pick 1 bourbon, 1 scotch, 1 beer. Are you serious?
I totally forgot about that song. I would exchange that song
No,
with
stop.
Metallica.
Stop. You are fucking fired. Okay. No. You forgot.
God damn it, dude. I forgot that song.
1 bourbon, 1 scotch.
1 beer.
1 beer.
Oh.
So, I thought he was going to take that.
So would have.
So I let him go first. So, and it gets better. So, because he was going to take that song if I had let him go first, I was going to say, you know what's great in a bar? AC fucking DC.
Of course. AC/DC is always a good bar song.
So, to your point, AC/DC. Right, I do love AC/DC, right? But Ryan, as you said, in a bar, there's a different feeling there. I always love AC/DC, but for some reason, the bar, it gets better. I don't know what it is. Their music is just like tailor-made for a bar. It really is. So really anything AC/DC, Shoot to Thrill is a great choice, but really anything by them. One bourbon, one scotch, one beer is good. I also, you know what always plays well is Stranglehold. Ted Nugent is always good in a bar. It's always fun. It's fun to play the guitar too, so, you know. But I just thought it was funny that I let you go first because I thought you were going to go George Thorogood, one bourbon, one scotch, one beer, and then you took my choice of AC/DC.
I failed. I failed miserably on that.
Ryan, save us.
All right. Well, what comes to mind when I'm at the bar is playing pool, having a nice pitcher right there by the side.
Sounds fantastic.
Baby. Yes.
I love this guy, by the way.
And you love this song. You see what I pulled up already.
I love this guy.
I can't drop 55 by The Circle. I don't know what this song is, but it just resonates and it's amazing. It just makes you want to pump up.
Did you say By the Circle?
Yeah. Is that who's mine?
It's Sammy Hagar.
Okay, Sammy Hagar.
Come on.
Well,
it's the man, Sammy.
And
the Red Rocker.
When I like to go to bars, karaoke is one of the things I like to do. And I love doing Megadeth, Symphony of Destruction. I don't know what it is, but every time we're doing karaoke, I'll put on Symphony of Destruction.
And just the Symphony
of Destruction! But just the way his voice goes, I just love playing with it. It's so fun. But, you know, I don't go bar hopping much. I'm not a big bar guy.
Not anymore.
Anything that's hard rock, classic rock from the 70s, 80s, 90s, Rush, Boston, anything like that. It's just good stuff.
That kind of stuff plays really well in the bar.
It does.
Sure. What I really like is when I go to a bar where they have a nice jukebox with things where I can pick good songs from the 2000s. Like, there's a pool hall in Pismo I like to go to, Hot Shots. And I'm actually able to play Lamb of God, In Flames, Dark Tranquility there.
So that's pretty unique.
It's very unique because what I like about doing that is, you know, people are used to the normal songs, you know, the pop, hip-hop, the old rock. But when you put on something that no one's heard and you see them over there playing pool and they're like, they start bobbing their head, there's something new and they're like, see, that guy, it just got his mind fucked because this is new.
Or you put on Dark Tranquility and you're like, what the fuck is this?
And they look at you weird, but then they look at you for about 30 seconds and they look back and like, this is actually pretty cool. And they get to it. Then you put on something that more people know, Tool, Perfect Circle, anything like that. It's lovely when they have a nice karaoke where you can put music on that you can pick.
I want to go to the bar or pool hall that you're hanging out at where you put on fucking Dark Tranquility and people are like, it's pretty cool. Yeah,
it's very rare that happens.
It's rare, but
I want to attend this bar. Exactly. Seems like my kind of place.
Exactly. Oh my goodness gracious.
You got any more songs you want to add there, Steve?
No, I think we're good with songs.
The problem with going to a bar and listening to music is everyone's so messed up that whatever you put on is going to be awesome.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, as long as you stay away from pop music.
Yeah,
stay away from that.
Stay away from the pop and
put
rap.
on the Katy Perry or the Ariana Grande. Even the Ariana Grande might get people going.
Rap is like, ugh. But everyone likes it, so...
Maybe put on some blues or something.
That's probably why.
Some little classy.
Yeah.
Not pop.
But, that's why the bars kind of suck nowadays, but... That's why we drink here for you guys.
It matters on where you go.
Yeah, no matter where you go.
So what have you guys been up to lately anyway? How are we all doing?
Fucking horrible right now, bro.
Why?
The world has gone to... The world, or I would say the world. Yeah, maybe the world has gone to shit right now, man.
It is crazy out
there. There's some crazy shit out there right now, man.
I mean, 2020 has pretty much been a shitty year.
I guess we're going to go ahead and take this time to kind of like shine a light on what's going on in the world today with all the riots and the protests of the guy that died,
George Floyd
death. I'm going to give my quick, honest opinion on it. The cop that did that was 100% wrong. I hope he goes to prison for life or whatever, gets the death penalty. That was ridiculous of what he did. I believe in the stance that you guys are taking right now. I don't believe in you guys destroying your city. I mean, you're eventually going to need all that business to, to live and shit. But I understand what's going on.
There's obviously a lot of anger.
A lot of anger going through. I think it just reached a boiling point.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. It's just reached a boiling point.
Absolutely. And for legitimate reasons.
Exactly. For legitimate reasons. I understand what that situation. I get it. I 100% get it.
The thing is that
it's crazy
it's supposed to get the attention of people that don't want it, right? So and that's the idea.
Yeah.
So it's fine that there's some people that don't want it. That's we know we're not all going to agree on everything. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly expected. You should have somebody that challenges you, that challenges your beliefs, that makes you create a dialogue, that makes you think beyond what you normally think, okay? So the problem is that in this country, we often want to make everything binary. It's left versus right, black versus white, Republican, Democrat, whatever. It's always a binary discretion. It's all boiled down to that. And what we would say, or what I would say, I don't want to speak for these guys, but is to encourage you to not be binary, to stop with this bullshit of I'm right and you're wrong. Whatever side you're on, it does not matter. You're all wrong. We're all wrong. None of us are perfect. None of us have all the answers. You have to be able to have an intelligent dialogue, right? And you have to be able to logically speak on something and come to a middle ground. There is no binary. It's not this side versus this side, and whoever's the winner, we feel great about ourselves, and we're going to tell you that we were right and you're wrong. It's all bullshit. You have to be able to find a middle ground because everybody is different, and there are gray areas everywhere. So what I hope is that there is a resolution to be had. We can understand why people are protesting peacefully.
100%.
We can also understand why people are angry and rioting, even though we may not endorse it and we may not agree with them destroying property and possibly putting other people's lives at risk. We can still understand why they're doing it and maybe come to an understanding that, or a resolution that puts us all in a better place, not only in this country, but in the entire world. And that's really what we need to strive to do as humans, is reach the space where we are all better for something. Okay, so that doesn't mean that I'm saying it's okay for people to riot and destroy things. Of course I don't think it is, because they're hurting people in their own community that they're trying to protect, basically, right? So they're trying to fight for the rights of people that they're also hurting by looting and rioting. Obviously that's not okay, but you also have to understand the motive behind it and the anger that is there. So just acting out on anger is not necessarily okay, but the point is that we have to create some sort of dialogue instead of saying they're wrong, I'm right, or them saying I'm wrong, or I'm right, you're wrong. It has to be able to exist beyond that straight binary aspect.
Just remember, people.
We have to come together.
Just remember, people, that these businesses that are looted, these businesses that are set on fire, these businesses that are destroyed, these took these people 10s to 20s years to build up. And when this is all left over, they're going to be gone. Their business is destroyed. They're going to take the insurance money and they're going to leave because they're going to be scared of the violence and the happening of what just happened. So be careful with your community. Be careful with what you do. And remember, these people are here to serve you. These people are here to give you business. Just be careful on what places you destroy.
One thing I want to add to that too is I understand the anger and the wanting to rage against the system and tear down the infrastructure of the system that you feel like doesn't support you. And so I understand where that anger comes from. The problem is that when you start destroying, like for example, Target will be fine, right?
Yeah, of course, but
Target is
not coming back to your city,
but Target is part of the system, right? They will be fine. The business owners that are not Target, that do not have the capital that Target has, that are a part of your community, that experience the same things that you do, and that have the same, oftentimes the same goals that you do, to prosper in life, right? To live freely and to prosper in life, you're hurting them because Target will come back. Target will repair the damage.
They'll be fine.
It'll be perfectly fine. They are the system. You're not going to affect the system by destroying one storefront or destroying 20 storefronts. What you will affect is the people in your community that own their own businesses and that are there with you, that are living with you, that are experiencing all this stuff with you. So I don't have the right answer as an alternative, but I just know that your voice definitely needs to be heard, and you protesting, getting out there, making your voice heard, being loud over an outrage, saying something is unacceptable, of course, our Constitution protects your right to do that. You should absolutely be able to do that. But where I would exercise caution is doing something that's going to hurt your brothers and sisters in your community.
Yeah.
That's going to affect them, that may affect them physically, right? A fire, newsflash, it hurts people, right? A fire can kill people. But even if they're not there, you basically killed their livelihood. And that's something that I would just think about. We want to get the system's attention, absolutely. Let's find a way to do it. But let's not hurt our fellow brothers and sisters in doing it.
No more. We need to come together as people. It doesn't matter what race, color you are, police or not police. We need to come together as one and just be equal and understand that every person is different. Every person has a similar right. And we need to come together peacefully. We need it. And I'm hoping that this situation that we're in right now helps us do that. We need peace. And I hope eventually we will get it.
Absolutely.
And please love each other. That's all we need to do is just love each other.
This is the touchy-feely part of the show. Okay? We're going to throw away social distancing. We're all going to give each other a big fat hug right now. Yeah.
Big fat hug,
go.
bro. Love each other.
I need a refill.
We need a refill. I think we're going to end this segment.
The serious part of the show is over.
And we're going to move on. Thank you for watching. Keep us going.
Next, what are we going to talk about next? We're going to talk about.
I think we're
going to talk about coronavirus next. We're going to talk about Kobe next. We're going to move on to happy stuff.
Happy stuff.
Like the non-existence of sports.
Yeah, sports. Continue watching us. We're moving on to sports segment. Enjoy.
Everyone be safe. Love each other.
Love you.